Hey guys, and welcome in this comparison video of the Intel Pentium G5400 Gold dual core with hyper-threading against the AMD Ryzen 5 3600 hexa-core with hyper-threading CPU. I chose to make this real-life or real-world, let's say like this, real-world of Warcraft scenario. So no graphics lines or no other graphic things, just to show you the pure FPS that you can expect. So right now I have the Pentium G5400 with the RTX 2070 Super from MSI. The settings are the Ultra ones, quality 7. I will put the GPU in gaming mode. Because all the time, or most of the time, I've kept it in silent mode. Right now the GPU is in gaming mode, so let's come back and let's disable the vertical sync so we can see exactly what FPS we can achieve. If you play solo, even a G5400 will cut it, but trust me, as I found it in the hard way, if you are thinking seriously at raiding, it will simply not be enough. A dual core with hyper-threading will not be enough for quality 10 settings, and maybe not even 7. So Ultra, you can forget it. If you go below what 6 or 5, then yeah, but otherwise even in raiding you will have problems. Let's go in Boralus and see exactly what FPS we can get there on a Thursday night at 8 PM when the vast majority of players will be there. So keep in mind, this is with an RTX 2070 Super on quality 7. So we see we're still like 3 minutes before 8 PM. Right here you see you will be in the 40s, so below 50 FPS. You will not get 50 FPS in Ultra. Between 40 it drops even to 37, depending on where you look. But in this area you can expect, let's say, between 40 and 45 FPS the most. Yeah. Let's take a walk. can see when you travel through it, it can drop at 38. When the population is lower, then it gets up to 50 and such. But once you go again in the player's area, it drops to 40. And the GPU I'm using can go way beyond this FPS for sure. The downside is the CPU. But again, if you're not an elitist player and you don't want to raid, even the Pentium will be appropriate. Let's see if I switch to 6. You can see there is not some major improvement. 5. It's a bit better. We're closing to 50 FPS. In settings 4, we reached 50 FPS. And finally, at 4 settings, we can hope to be able to enable VSync, but it's still below 60 FPS. But let's say the game has become a lot more playable. Take this encounter, comparing it to 25-man raiding. If you go at 27 FPS, 30 FPS, you cannot raid in that way. But again, let's come back to 7, apply it. And you can see the FPS are really modest. Now let's crank the settings to max, because I didn't bought an RTX 2070 Super to play at 7. Apply quality 10 settings. Just look at it's about a 10 FPS decrease. So in the 30s you can compare this to an Xbox quality, and this is the FPS you will get in a 25-man raid encounter. I am positive of this. When all the let's say AoE, all the spells start, I mean, it will be really a bad gaming experience. So these are the FPS with the Pentium G5400 in Boralus in quality 7 and 10. Now let's see what FPS we can expect in a boss fight with this dual core with hyperthreading in 4K paired with the 2070 Super. Hello again, guys. I've managed to find a world boss that should have 40 players, and now you can see the FPS. keep in mind there aren't any 40 players yet, so this will be just a test, an FPS test, so try to realize this. You can see in the quality, video quality 7,
beware,
the FPS are in the 40s. If I go and DPS it drops even to 35, 36. And something in that area. So you see below 40 FPS. With the Pentium G5400.
beware,
Right now we are at 32-31 FPS. When the boss will be at 50% light,
run away, little girl.
I will switch to
Beware.
oh my god. I will switch to quality 10 settings. So now he's at 50%. And let's see what FPS we can get.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
Oh man. In
Run away, little girl. Run away.
10 settings. Let's see.
Beware.
Yes, it's at 10. And you can see we go down to the low 30s.
Run away, little girl. Run away.
I think the whole raid will be wiped.
Beware.
There are no heals right now, but here you can see the
Run away, little girl. Run away.
FPS are, in my opinion, unplayable in quality 10. 2930. Considering most of the raid is dead.
Many of our warriors have fallen to that fiend. I thank you on their behalf.
And now once the group disbands, still in quality 10, we'll see the FPS will rise considerably and they will pass 60 FPS. Let me leave the party. I didn't expect that. Oh man, that was such a noob mistake. But yeah, you can see the FPS even when I'm dead. They go up. Just let me get my body. In the next recording, we'll see what are the FPS in the Boralus, and I'll try to make the same encounter, the same boss, to have the best possible comparison. The same place, the same boss, and hopefully I will get a group of 40 players then also. So you can see it is up to 60 and even up to 75 FPS in quality 10, even with a Pentium. But this would mean you would have to place only solo. Now let's see what are the FPS in the same encounters in Boralus and with this boss with the Ryzen 5 3600. Hello guys, so 1 week later, after replacing the old Pentium G5400 with the AMD Ryzen 5 3600 at about the same hour, let's say with 20 minutes before my last recording of last week. Let's see first on quality 7 with the V-Sync off, the FPS we get in Boralus. The players should be about the same, so we see we are above the FPS cap, the refresh rate of the monitor, with about 10 FPS, 5 to 10 FPS, depending of course on the players. Really, I am more than glad with the FPS and quality 7. It's the ultra quality. It's really nice. So if I turn V-Sync on, it would be capped all the time. I also tested it on 40-man raid on a world boss, but unfortunately it wasn't the exact same boss like the one in the Pentium test, so I considered it to be, let's say, a flawed one. But yeah, in 40-man raid you can expect the FPS to drop to 30 again, even with this CPU, because in quality 10, of course, there is a lot of crap going on, but otherwise in about all the environments you should expect at least a solid 10 to 15 FPS increase, which really can make the difference between playable and with a nice experience and unplayable. Now let's switch to quality 10 and see what FPS we get. So you can see we get 50 FPS, so the FPS dropped again with 10 to 15, but 50 FPS, 51, 52, 53, it's different from 37 or 38 in here with the Pentium G5400. So the game is a lot smoother. It's really nice. And also one thing, I realized it just now, the video card was in silent mode. 1 second. Let's put it in gaming mode. Just 1 second. I opened the Dragon app from MSI, and with a single click, right now the gaming mode is optimized, and the card it's in the same settings as before with the test. But you can see even in gaming mode compared to silent mode, there isn't major improvement, an over-the-top improvement. So the FPS remain about the same. You see we dipped to 48, but of course there are a lot of players. So these are the FPS you can expect with the Ryzen 5 3600, but also keep in mind I use really low frequency RAM. It's just 2400 megahertz. I will take this test for a comparison with the future 3600 megahertz or maybe even 37, 33 or 3800 megahertz RAM. I am planning to upgrade my RAM to 16 gigabytes of DDR4, 36 megahertz at least RAM. It will be the Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB. The CL latency will be 18 if I recall correctly, and I'm really looking forward to see what FPS increase we'll get from that also, because AMD, as you know, love the high frequency RAM. So yeah, this is with 2400 megahertz right now, but still the FPS are really nice, considering this zone is well known for its toll over the FPS and its quality time. It's really ultra HD quality time. Next, I will do the test in the hopefully I'll get the same boss spawned, the 40-man raid right here. As soon as it will be available, I will make that test also, which will be next. I'll see you there. Hello again, guys. Finally, the last part of my comparison videos between the Pentium G5400 Gold and the Ryzen 5 3600 CPU will be finished, will be done right now. I've entered in the game, and I see now that the world boss that was done in my previous video with that 40-man group is up again. So right now I will go there, and hopefully I will manage to kill it and bring you the exact results as well as possible. So really fast, the GPU is in gaming mode, and also the presets for the CPU again are on game with the X-Boost version. We see now I'm in quality 10 settings, in ultra, in Boralus, of course. The FPS are in the 40s, but yeah, you can see how many people are here. Let's go fast and enter Nasjatar and search for a 40-man group. Also, I will disable VSync, so you can see the top FPS. Okay, where is that? But I can tell you, as soon as you deselect the VSync, the screen tearing, especially in 4K, is really hits really hard. Okay, this is the flight master. Let's go to that temple. You can see quality 10. Of course, the game looks outstanding, but also the let's say the impact on the CPU is really major. Right now the CPU can be utilized at full potential, so at up to 100%, and you can see the FPS are really above 60 in 4K Ultra, everything maxed out. Where is that path? So right here, the soul binder. Again, I will begin. Let's put it to quality 7, the recommended ones, and look. Pre-made groups. Here we have one. But it is really a small one. Let's try this one. Hopefully we will get a full 40-man group. People are coming in. So this is in quality 7. Let's see. Just keep in mind, this will be like the worst case scenario. In the regular raids you get 25 people, so the hardest hit that a PC can take is the number of players at a time. But yeah, they go in right now. Keep in mind, this is an FPS test, so I will try
Beware.
my best to show you the FPS. So we see now we're in the 47s, 48s.
Run away, little girl! Run away!
Now they continue to come. But the game really is very fluid.
Beware.
Stand by. Thank you. whoever did that.
Run away, little girl! Run away!
At 50% I will bring the
Beware!
settings up to 10. You see now we are in the 40.
Run away, little girl! Run away!
It's really nice that in this group people actually run away.
Beware!
Don't get any explosions. And now let's switch to quality 10 settings because the boss is already at 44%. So maxed out.
Run away, little girl!
We
Run away!
5 FPS.
Beware!
The game looks beautiful, but 40 FPS, 39, 40.
Run away, little girl! Run away!
Yeah, it's not such a nice game experience, but still, considering there are 40 players,
Beware!
it's okay. 35.
Run away, little girl! Run away!
And that was the kill. And I also received the Heart of Azeroth, which increased its power. And as everyone flees, we'll see that okay, very nice. The FPS also will go up. I will not leave the raid yet because I don't want to respawn in the middle of the boss. But yeah, this is the were the results. What can I say? I mean, if I recall right, the Pentium had like I don't know, 25, 29 FPS, so let's say it was in the 30s. With this CPU, of course, you get more FPS, that is for sure. So nobody can say anything regarding that. AMD can bring a better CPU for WoW than Intel, but at what cost? Keep in mind, I had to spend some serious cash to get the motherboard and also the CPU, the 6-core health-pad CPU. And you can see there are times when even this hexa-core with hyper-threading CPU can have a hard time. But of course, it's the quality 10 settings. It's the setting for, let's say, the most expensive PCs you can have. In quality 7, so not in quality 10, you can see the FPS are preposterous. They go to even 100 right now because everybody left, so it's up to you to decide. Personally, I am very pleased with what I got, because now I can play and stream and video edit all my recordings in a way that it really wasn't accessible for me so far. But if you are really just about playing the game and recording it without streaming or without any video editing, trust me, even the lower end CPUs from Intel can deliver an awesome experience as long as you have the GPU power. Because trust me, the GPU still is the most important part of your PC. As you saw, the difference in CPUs, it can make a game playable or not, but at the end of the day, let's say just a 15 or 20 FPS increase, sometimes it's not worth to say switch from a platform to another if gaming is all that you do. When it comes to video editing, there is no contest in Intel and Ryzen, so you should go with Ryzen all day long. But also keep in mind that the switch will mean that you have to spend really an important amount of money. So this is my thoughts on it. If you are on a very tight budget, I still advocate to go for Intel. I mean, for gaming, G5400, or if you can spare the money, an i3 9100F, a true 4-core for games alone. It is everything that you need. I mean, you do not need anything more. Also, if you play in 1080p, 1440p, and even 4K, you can have a blast with that CPU. But if you want to do more than just game for fun, you need either a more expensive CPU from Intel, or the Ryzen's really are very good, and in quality 7 this game runs flawless in 4K, which are also the recommended settings right here. I will enable VSync because I had enough of screen tearing. And yeah, the fluidity is really awesome. You don't need anything extra. So thank you for sticking with me so far. I hope now you'll know how to make the right choice, the right CPU for you. And I will catch you in my next recordings, guys. Stay close, because most of the times I will do live streams. I wish you all the best.